So we all know that Uber Eats likes to make modification and updates that is not always beneficial features for us as delivery drivers. And in this video, that's not about to change, but I can't take all the credits because one of you lovelies recently commented saying this happened in your market, and I want the rest of you lovelies to do the same thing. Now, recently when I was doing some Uber Eats deliveries, which is nothing new because they're my main app, I had a McDonald's order, and I wasn't going to ditch the order because it was a good payout, but it was starting to be pretty long in a wait time. So normally when this happens, even though some people think that it goes nowhere, I'd prefer to rate the restaurants. So I went into the app to go and rate, and this is what I see. You got the note from the business, I got the customer's name, and under that I have help and support. Now, unfortunately speaking, in between the customer's name or the order information and help and support is supposed to be a thumbs down and a thumbs up with reasons why you're rating them the way you are, such as if I give them a thumbs down, it could be because they're unprofessional staff, it could be because there's no parking, it could be because they didn't start the order until I got there, etc., etc. But now, even if I click help and support, I can report issues like calling support, chat with support, which I hate contacting support, or I can cancel because of the disclosed reasons below. But that wasn't what I wanted. Not to mention as well, I decided to dabble along with some more and see if it was the same thing. And it's the same thing. I have this double stack customer that was for 2 clients. It was for La Belle Le Boeuf. It was a great drop off. But the issue with it is that it's the same thing down below. It's help and support, but there's no option for me to rate. Same thing for this one. Nice and easy St. Hubert order. Nothing went wrong with it, but it was the same thing because I started keeping tabs after I saw that one comment, and then I'm seeing it in my market. Now, the reason why I hate what's happening right here is because this allows the restaurants to have more capabilities of getting us deactivated versus us fighting our way through it. I believe that by Uber Eats doing this, they have a lot more stronger grounds for deactivating us, even though it might not be rightful justification, and I'll explain why. Let's say a restaurant across the street is taking excessive wait time, but I'm waiting there just to keep my customer happy. There's texting going on, etc., etc., but I know my customer is getting pissed off. If I could down the restaurant with a thumbs down and put the reason why, and a bad survey comes in and I contact support to dispute, of course by talking to a manager because support does jack. Well, in that case scenario, I can cover my grounds of the reason for the survey, and it's not me. You can see my wait time, you can see I explained about it towards customer service with the in-feature application of evaluating the restaurants, and I could justify myself. But now, for example, you don't have the delivery bag and the restaurant doesn't like it, you can get a thumbs down. What ends up impacting? Your satisfaction. And can we get deactivated from these platforms from poor satisfaction rates? Yes. So now the restaurants, not only the customers, but the restaurants have one level up, but we can't defend ourselves. I'm not saying that by doing those surveys towards the restaurants that we are actually saving ourselves from deactivation. I can't speak much about deactivation. I've never been deactivated, and that's why you don't see a video about deactivation on my channel. I only make videos from my own experience. But knowing the way that I am, that's what I would do. I've mentioned it. If I have a hard time with customers, I tend to text them and have that line of communication to smooth things out. But sometimes we can't do that. So sometimes we have to back ourselves up to prevent ourselves from being deactivated, but I feel like Uber's trying to take that away from us. But what do you think? Comment below if this has been happening in your market area, and if it has, what do you think about it? Do you think it's another tactic for Uber Eats to get us drivers deactivated easier, or do you think it's justified? Because I'll admit, there is probably a handful of drivers that just derate just because they don't like a place, but it has nothing to do with that specific order. And I'm sure Uber gets it across the board. But what happens to us drivers with the 100% satisfaction rate that want to maintain that and back ourselves up? Well, now we can't do that anymore. I'm not keen on this. I'm not happy about it. I mean, it is what it is. It's not the biggest functionality to be used, but I do find it helps you defend yourself. So you go ahead and comment below in the comments, and I'll catch you lovelies in the next video.